Hello everyone and welcome to Clerks Minute, the show where we will be breaking down the 1994 Kevin Smith classic, one black and white minute at a time. I'm Blake.
I'm Kyle.
And we'll be breaking down Clerks, minute by minute, starting in October, but we're here on August 5th with, a lot of people don't realize, is Kevin Smith Day in Red Bank, New Jersey. And I'm not even joking, that is a thing this year. Totally not a joke.
Do you have like a parade with Kevin Smith?
They're doing in Red Bank. This is not even a joke. This is completely not even on my sheet. We're doing this. This is going to broadcast the morning of August 5th. By the way, if you want also to hear more, if you're a big Kevin Smith fan and you want more stuff, go to the Blake and Sal Show archive, which is going to come on right after our show on the network. And I posted up my interview with Brian O'Halloran. And our episode here, Retrocast, that we did the Clerks Minute Pilot, will be on the archives today, right after this show.
So a lot of hardcore Kevin Smith fans.
Yeah, so that'll be up right after this on the Filling the Void podcast network. But anyway, what's going on is at the Secret Stash, they're doing, this is a totally legit thing, Kevin announced it on Babylon, that they're going doing Jay and Silent Bob cosplay for a Guinness Book of World Record for the most Jay and Silent Bob cosplay people for comic book men. And when they asked for the street to be blocked off for the TV tapings, the Red Bank mayor said, screw it, we'll make Kevin Smith Day. So that's what's going on at Red Bank this afternoon when you're hearing this. If you're in Jersey, go down and do this. It sounds like a lot of fun down there.
Apparently he's New Jersey's fortunate son, or...
Yeah, whatever you want to say. So that's a big deal.
Native son, sorry.
There, native son. So just so people know, we're going to be doing this show. We will officially starting the show in October. That gives us a couple of months to bank some episodes out, bank them. So the first episode will be up on Thursday, October 19th. That's actually the anniversary of the movie originally launching in theaters. That's why I figured I'll put it up on that date. Then we'll be going up on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, starting on Friday the 20th. So everybody knows what's going on. Also, social media. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all right now. Made the accounts before we did the shows. Everything's available for you to go follow us there. Follow us now. Subscribe to the show now, so that when you come October, you're ready to go. We're ready to roll, and you can follow along with us on this crazy movie of my minute journey that I've always wanted to do when we finally have a chance to do it. For those who are new, like you, who have no idea what this format is, I have been following along with this Star Wars Minute. And a little history on the movie of my minute format. It started with Star Wars Minute. They're officially finished with 5 Star Wars movies over there. They've done the original trilogy. They've done Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones. They're taking a break, and they're going to be doing Revenge of the Sith at the end of the year. That launched Back to the Future Minute and Goodfellas Minute. And now, if you go to moviesbyminute.com, there's like 40 or 50 of these now. And there's more coming in the next year. It's ridiculous how big it has become.
But the odd thing is, there hasn't been one for Clerks.
Actually, that is false. I found out.
What?
When we announced this, I have this in my notes later. When we announced this, I found out that over at Dueling Genres, we do Back to the Future Minute and Spider-Man Minute and Toy Story Minute and a couple other ones, that they were setting up to do Jay and Silent Bob Minute. I found out. I went above them, and I don't even know if Scott Curley knows I did this, because I talked to him about the stuff going on in August. I haven't really talked to him about this, but I went above him to the guy who runs the whole thing, who wanted to put us on the spreadsheet for this. He's like, just do it. Just do it. And I looked into it. Well, for those who wonder why are there two podcasts about the same movie, guess what? They're doing the same thing with the MCU. They're doing the same thing with a couple other franchises. Like there's an Avengers Minute, there's also going to be an MCU Minute. So there's allowed. You're allowed to do this, and I've gotten a blessing from the higher ups in the Movie Minute world to do this. So that's that. But I think we're going to be different. For those wondering, we're going to be a lot different here. We have a different experience with this movie, and we'll talk about that in a minute. We have a whole different experience in this movie. We have a history. I'm from Jersey, so it's going to be a whole different experience here. Also, do want to clarify something, because it's trying to break everything down to people that know this history. As of now, due to our schedules, because we've learned that our schedules, they get a bit chaotic to record. For now, unless I get some guests and some actual like big time people, or some people on the network want to join us. We're just going to be us. It's going to be the two of us doing this minute by minute. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I think we're going to have a blast breaking this down. You're the movie nerd. I'm the guy who knows this stuff too. We're going to have a lot of fun doing this. And so look forward to that. We won't be very guest heavy, which I have no problem with. I have no problem with that. I think we have enough chemistry here to make this work. A little background on us. First of all, I am, of course, for those who are new and are finding this because you're a Clerks fan or a Kevin Smith fan, the co-host and producer of the Blake and Sal Show that goes up every Friday and Saturday morning at 10 a.m. People are like, why the 2 days? Our main show goes up on Friday. Our archive show goes up on Saturday. Kyle is my co-host for Boy Meets Retrocast.
Brother-in-law and writer-on of his coattails.
Well, who you can hear that show, which is currently re-airing the first season of the show on Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. So I'm Filling the Void Podcast Network. So we're in the middle of the first season over there again, re-airing everything in order, and then we'll come back with new episodes when we catch up. But that's going on over there. You can hear us, and we've kind of been doing this for a couple of years now, and this is kind of a new adventure for us. I'm looking forward to this. So, get to know our history with the movies. When did you first see this movie? When was the first time?
Be quite honest, it was when you loaned me your videotape when you came here from Jersey.
Really? Is that... Wow, that's crazy. No, I didn't know that.
Because I could never get a copy of it.
Wow, I didn't know that.
I actually got introduced to this through the cartoon.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask you, how would you get into the View Askew then universe? Go ahead.
Yeah, it's because I had been doing a lot of research on Clerks. I actually got into it as much as how I do with a lot of things. I tend to, when I get interested in something, I go all the way. And then I heard that they were doing the cartoon. It's tragically screwed by the network.
Oh, geez. We'll talk about that when we get there. I have a feeling.
Yeah, there were only 2 episodes aired, and I loved them both.
There's only 2 episodes aired? I thought it was more than 2. I thought it was more than 2.
6, but only 2 aired.
I thought more than 2 aired.
Matter of fact, a lot of the gags in the second episode, because they aired it out of order.
It doesn't make any sense until you watch the DVD set.
Because they're supposed to be flashbacking to the first episode.
The problem was I didn't watch this series on TV because this is Okay, this is going to be fun. This is going to make us both sound very old, but this is pre-DVR days where you can't just pop a show. Like shows can't get lost anymore because the DVR ever were in. Yeah. But this is before that. I knew the show existed, but I could never figure out the fucking night it was on. So I could never actually saw the show on television.
It was Wednesday, and they wound up burying it.
Yeah, and I ended up watching the DVD with my buddy because he had the DVD set, and we watched the entire series of the DVD one night when we were drinking. Which made it for a lot more fun, I'm not going to lie. It made it a lot more fun.
I actually read that Comedy Central actually wanted to make new episodes, but Disney just would not
let
them.
I've heard that too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So basically, you're not going to do anything with it, but you're not going to let somebody else do anything with it. How does that make sense?
I have to make a wrestling reference that you wouldn't get. Never mind. For me, Clerks is interesting for me. For those who don't know, because again, this is a new audience, I'm from Jersey, and Garfield, New Jersey, a little small little town in Bergen County that, honestly, if you didn't live there, you never heard of it.
It's sort of like the Rhode Island of New Jersey.
No, Rhode Island people actually know. Garfield, New Jersey, I always joke, people know what Lodi is, people know where Patterson is, we're right in the middle. We're right in the middle of the two towns. People know. People know. But when I say Miles Austin came from Garfield, like, oh, I know him. Of course you do. Anyway, yeah, Miles Austin, Dallas Cowboy. I played football with him.
How many times have you had your hometown confused with the cat?
My middle school, okay, true story. My middle school, I went to Thomas Jefferson Middle School, class of 1996, and
sadly, it was not across the street from John Adams High.
No, Thomas Jefferson Middle School. Our logo was the cat, Garfield cat. That is a true story. I'm not making that up.
Oh, please tell me you got Jim Davis's blessing for that.
I have no idea. I have my yearbooks over there, so I should find it. It's absolutely hysterical. That was the flag outside of the school. I swear to this, it was a thing. I'm not joking about that.
I have the feeling even if you learned of it, you just said, you know what, this is so perfect, I'm not going to sue.
It's hysterical. It's absolutely hysterical. But the first time I saw this movie, my best friend, who I'm only going to mention here in this story because I don't bring him up on the podcast anymore at the time, Gary, we hang out every single Saturday for like 5-6 years. We literally hung out every single Saturday because his parents were divorced and his dad lived up the street. So he'd walk down and hang out every Saturday. 1 week he was saying, I saw this movie on Comedy Central, but it was in black and white and censored. I wanted to see this movie. So I went to the video store and picked up a copy. Do you want to watch it? And I'm like, what the hell? We don't have anything better to do. It's a freaking winter night. We have nothing better to do.
Well,
so,
hey, at least one of the two problems was solved. It wasn't censored, but it was still in black and white.
Yeah, it was in black and white, but it was censored, so he didn't really know what the hell was going on. He didn't know what was going on because it was so bleeped. He didn't know what was going on. So it's like, let's watch this. And he never heard of it either. So let's watch Clerks. This is like the late 90s. And it's like, let's watch Clerks on VHS a couple of years after the movie came out. So it's like, let's watch it. You pop it in. Within 15 minutes, we're laughing hysterical. It was just unlike anything we've ever seen before. We were laughing hysterical. It was in 15 minutes. It was absolutely hysterical. And I think I've rewatched the movie 1,000 times since then because it's so fucking funny. And the best part for me is we're going to be doing it off my Clerks 10-year anniversary edition. That's where that'll be the theatrical cuts on here, the full theatrical cut. Probably, if we don't do a Patreon thing, I'm waiting on Dave, the boss. If I refer to the boss all the way in here, I'm referring to David, our boss over at the network, our network director. So I just want to clarify that now. Just kind of getting everyone inside the jokes here.
Hi, Dave.
Yeah, I just want to get the jokes out of the way here. The boss is David. He's our network director. He's planning on doing a Patreon page for the network. So if he does that, then we'll probably go over there and break down the cartoon, and break down the alternate endings and things like that, like the alternate cuts and things like that. I do want to do it over there. We'll figure it all out when we get closer. But anyway, if we don't do a Patreon page, we'll probably do the alternate ending of the last episode of the Clerks run here. I do have both cuts on this DVD set.
If we don't do a Patreon, we may just make the cartoon part of the TV retro.
What I was thinking was, if we don't do a Patreon, we'll just do like a 6-episode arc between the two movies. Like a 6-episode arc between the two movies. Yeah. And I mean, we'll figure it out. Because we are going to do Clerks 2. For those wondering, we are going to do Clerks 2 too. Just because I just want to watch a movie with Rosario Dawson for 90 days.
We'll break down the artistic merit of the Donkey Show.
Yes, that, and I get to watch Rosario Dawson bouncing on a rooftop for 10 minutes, which I love. It's one of my favorite scenes in the entire movie.
We'll just get you an animated GIF of that.
I love... by the way, I just want to know, I'm not even being creepy. I love Rosario Dawson. And I know she actually answered the tweets of mine on Twitter. She's actually answered tweets of mine because I'm pro her playing Ahsoka in a live-action Ahsoka movie. So I just want to clarify this one of that. I have no problem. I love Rosario Dawson. I'm not even being creepy about it.
I liked her. I fell in love with her when I learned that she said her biggest career regret was being cut out of the Devil's Rejects.
Well, there you go. Yeah, she wants to play Ahsoka in the new in an anthology movie. And I'm like, I'm all for that. I'm all for it.
Too bad Amanda Seyfried's got it.
In Ahsoka?
No, I don't know.
I was going to say, she's not even making that movie, dude.
I don't know. Knowing how things work, she probably won't get it, but, you know...
The movie's not even being made yet. So she was pitching it because she wants to play the role, so she was pitching it. Huh. Simple as that. Anyway, we'll talk about Rosario Dawson when we get the Clerks too. Anyway, though, that's my whole thing with the movie. And then we kind of did Gru, and we watched everything else after that. And so that's how we got here. Funny part was, I showed this to Mandy, who's my wife, your sister, and I watched it with Mandy, and she had no clue who Kevin Smith was. Had no idea what the hell this was. And we're watching it, and even she found it hysterical. So that says something about comedy, because she does not find video things very funny.
The universal language.
Well, even that, she doesn't find things hysterically funny like I do. We have a different sense of humor when it comes to that, but she finds this funny. So that says a lot.
Well, comedy, the universal language, unless you're Jason Friedberg and Aaron Seltzer, in which case you suck donkey balls.
And this is what you can get, because this is what Kyle does. And that's not a bad thing.
Wait a minute, I suck donkey balls?
No. The obscure references, the pulling stuff out. It's going to be fun about this.
Actually, it's not really that obscure. These are the guys who did Date Movie, Epic Movie, Meet the Spartans, Vampires.
Movies I've never seen. And you're all
any
of them.
And you're richer for it, far richer for it.
Yeah, I've never seen any of those movies. That's what Kyle does, though. He's our movie guy. He's a movie nerd. He knows his stuff. I'm looking forward to doing this for